bike of the year, first bike of 2026. As you can see, she is a BAAUT Yamaha WR450F. There's no plate on it, but the logbook says she's a 55 plate. And as you can see, she's been meticulously maintained, kept in a heated garage, which is good in this, this time of year is absolutely freezing out there, so it's been cherished and kept in a heated garage.
It might not be in yet. I haven't checked. 3 years.
It's not been started for, well, it's been in this condition for 3 years, the guy told me. I say the guy, it's a friend of mine.
I want a lock seized. Still got
Oh, there she is. He bought the bike during COVID, when everybody was off work and went crazy buying bikes. It was used for a summer, just on some of the local trails, before unfortunately the bike encountered a problem with what I suspect is the carb. Not being very mechanically minded or patient, it was then pushed into the shed in a huff in the condition that you see today, not to be seen for the last few years. There's been a bit of back and forth over the last few months about me buying the bike from him, but last week a deal was finally agreed and off I went to collect. Again, it's absolutely freezing, but so I don't really want to be out there squirting jet wash, but I want to wash it off tonight, just to take a good look at it, just to see what sort of condition it's really in. Let's see if we can get this absolute timeless classic back to full health. So I vowed to myself, I'm not going to ride the bike, I'm not going to try and start it, leave it as it is. Been curating some parts whilst I was supposed to be working today, put it on a trickle charge overnight to just see if there is any power to it, which I think there is. So there's obviously power in the bike, and I just had my tea and curiosity's got the better of me. So initially I wasn't going to do anything until I stripped it all apart and whatever, but I just want to see if she runs. See if it... Oh. Right, better not do that because there's absolutely zero fuel in there. Oh, that tank smells a little funky. So my mate who I bought it off, he used it, he said, last around 3 years ago. And the reason he stopped riding it, he's not very mechanically minded, but the reason he stopped riding it was every time he turned the fuel on, he said it was just coming out of a pipe underneath. Telltale signs that there's probably an issue with the carb. I'll try and turn the fuel on. Now, there's a bit of fuel in there. So we got no fluid, no fuel coming out of the overflow or whatever. Do we just try and start it? I imagine this is all gummed up. Yeah, should we just try it? Keep forgetting about the ignition switch. I don't know if you picked that up on the camera, but there was something. What was that now? You hear that tick? put the choke off. There's something. We're onto something. Oh, this fuel fucking pissing out the ball. There's his issue he was talking about. Oh, now she's really going. I can't see where it's coming from. But I'm happy with that. There's obviously a problem with the carb. Something's stuck or something's... It's all on my new mats. Something's stuck or or whatever, but there was life. There was life in the old girl. Absolutely stinks of fuel in here. So yeah, I've got a carb rebuild kit on order. Turn that ignition switch off. I've got a carb rebuild kit on order. Couple of bearings. But yeah, just give the bike a bit of a refresh. I'm not going to turn it into a show pony. There's no need for that. It's not the type of bike you want to hang up on the wall. It's a bit of an old... They were old workhorses, weren't they, these WRs? So it's not something you're going to hang on the wall. It's something I want to use. For what yet? I don't know. But we'll soon figure something out. But she wanted a fire. You heard it. I heard it. So yeah, confident. One thing I have got to do. I'm going to wait until all the kit is here to really start stripping it down, and I'm working on it. But that was loose. It's annoying me every time I come in this garage looking at this monstrosity. It was funny at first. I did find it quite amusing. I don't think this is a K-Tech setup, put it that way. It's all seized. I'm going to have to deal with that. I have to deal with it another day. It's my turn to do bedtime tonight, so I'll have it in the neck now if I go in late. I asked you to come in 10 minutes ago. Yeah, but coming out with these forks. I can go to bed with them like that, can I? So, we'll deal with that tomorrow. Now, it's probably worth mentioning at this point that I'm obviously not a professional motorcycle mechanic. I've always worked on my own bikes and tried to do as much as possible, but as far as going this deep into a bike, this is a first for me, and I'll be just picking things up as I go. And yeah, just a little disclaimer before everyone's in the comments saying, "Oh, you're doing that wrong." Yes, I probably am. Get off my back. One bolt so far. I'm pretty happy with that. 21-year-old bike, and I've encountered one rounded off bolt. That's not bad going. I'll take that. I haven't took the linkage out yet, so I hope I haven't just jinxed myself. But we'll get this stubborn one out, and we'll crack on. Remember I said I don't want to strip this bike down to the bare bones. Well, this is about as far as I wanted to take it, but due to a very, very seized swing arm pivot bolt, I think I got no choice but to pretty much, well, I can't take the engine out obviously, but pretty much take everything off so I can undo all these engine mount bolts. so I can rock the engine sort of back and forth on the pivot. I also said that as if I'd come up with the idea. I just watched a YouTube video of a guy doing it, so... Ah, fucking hell. It was all going so well as well. We had one seized bolt, which you saw on the rear caliper. I thought it was going to be an easy one. But we're on day 3 of Operation Swing Arm Pivot Bolt. And I've called it a day. That's not coming out from there. I wouldn't have give up, I don't think, but I saw Damo Butler put an Instagram story up of him getting one out, and he essentially said it's impossible. Once they've sort of corroded together, the bushings and the bolt essentially is welded together. So yeah, calling it a day. I'm a good few quid into this now. I ordered a bloody hammer. I ordered some special lube from, well, it was off Amazon, but it's an American company. What else have I got? I've tried putting a thread rod through there and trying to drive it out with a sort of bush by doing the nut up on the other side. Nothing. I think it's proper in there. My only dilemma is I can get to the 3 of the 4. Well, I'll show you. My only dilemma is I can get to this one. I can get to that one. I can get to that joint with a grinder. That's the tough one. I'm hoping I can get like a carbide blade for a multi-tool. Or it's going to have to be a sort of rip saw, a reciprocating saw. It's impossible to get a grinder in there anyway. Even a 9-inch I don't think will fit because you've got the brake mount as part of the frame here. I've even tempted to cut this off and re-weld it back on, but that's just, you know, I think that's a bit too far. So yeah, emit the feet and we'll cut the bastard out from there. It was at this stage I was starting to bang my head against a brick wall. These carbide blades for the multi-tool wasn't touching it, they just weren't up to the job of the hardened steel bolt. Now if you follow me on Instagram you would have saw I did a sort of behind the scenes, bit of a sketch really on this issue, made a bit of a joke out of it, and it wasn't until Ryan Comer, scouting for Gary, came through and said, now you've cut the 2 middle sections of the swing arm, surely you can just remove the engine and cut from the other side, giving yourself more room. Yeah, yes I can. Can't believe I didn't notice it myself, but yeah, big shout out to Ryan, saved the day. I managed to cut through this side with a little 4.5-inch cutter. This bit, this side, but this bit was the side I was struggling with. Let me focus that. This side was the side I was struggling with because I couldn't get any tools in there whilst the engine was in position. So now we've managed to get the engine out. Let's get it cut. So obviously all the bearings are shot in the swing arm, which was the reason for me trying to get it off. Get myself in the fucking tooth with that then. that just about wraps up this first part of the project. A bit more to it than I anticipated when I first picked the bike up. I was gonna get the bike back to a usable, nice condition. I really didn't want to have to take the engine out. As you can see, that went well. But hey, so be it. The engine's out. I have considered now I've gone this far, do I shot blast the frame and paint the frame? But like I said, this is not a bike to turn into a show pony. They work horses. They need to be treated like work horses, really. All the parts are here: carb rebuild kit, the fork service kit, new bushes, new fork seals, everything else. The shock kit needs a new bump stop rubber, and I'll give the shock an overhaul as well. These rads, this one's mangled, the other one's mangled. If I can find a cheap set, a used set, I will, and I'll swap them over, because they're not leaking or anything, but they just look shit. Tidy the wiring up. I don't really know what I can do with that, but the wiring is horrendous. One thing that's dawned on me sort of last couple of weeks as I'm stripping this bike down is I've not got a vision for when it's finished. I'll get it back to a nice rideable condition. I'll never ride it because I've got other bikes. So I'm quite, I'm at a bit of a, what do? Do I want to do something cool with it maybe? One idea I had was, do I race the Welsh 2-day on it? Who knows? I've seen some people turn these old steel frames, or these steel framed 450s into sort of supermoto bikes. Do I go down that road? Do I, throw a set of 17s on there? Who knows? But yeah, let me know in the comments if you've got any suggestions. And I think that just about wraps up episode 1 of the WR450 rebuild. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.